A Woman's View of the Gold Rush by Mary B. Ballou. October 30th, 1852. My dear Selden, we are about as usual in health. Well, I suppose you would like to know what I am doing in this gold region. Well, I will try to tell you what my work is here in this muddy place. All the kitchen that I have is 4 posts, stuck down into the ground and covered over the top with factory cloth. No floor but the ground. This is a boarding house kitchen. Now I will try to tell you what my work is in this boarding house. Well, sometimes I am washing and ironing. Sometimes I am making mince pie and apple pie and squash pies. Sometimes I'm frying minced turnovers and donuts. I make Bisquick and now and then Indian Johnny cakes, and then again I am making minute pudding filled with raisins and Indian baked puddings, and then again a nice plum pudding, and then again I am stuffing a ham of pork that costs 40 cents a pound. 3 times a day I set my table, which is about 30 feet in length, and do all the little fixings about it, such as filling pepper boxes with vinegar, cruets and mustard pots and butter cups. Sometimes I am feeding my chickens, and then again I am scaring the hogs out of the kitchen and driving the mules out of the dining room. You can see by the description of that I may have given you all of my kitchen that anything can walk into the kitchen that chooses to walk in, and there being no door to shut from the kitchen into the dining room. Hogs and mules can walk in at any time, day or night, if they choose to do so. Sometimes I am up all times of night scaring those hogs and mules out of the house. Last night, there be a large rat came down, pounced on my bed in the night. Sometimes I take my fan and try to fan myself, but I work so hard that my arms pain me so severely that I need one to fan me, so I do not find much comfort anywhere. I made a blueberry pudding today for dinner. Sometimes I am making soups and cranberry tarts and baking chicken that costs $4 a head, and cooking eggs at $3 a dozen. Sometimes boiling cabbage and turnips and frying fritters and boiling steak and cooking codfish and potatoes. I often cook nice salmon trout that weigh from 10 to 20 pounds apiece. Sometimes I'm taking care of babies and nursing at the rate of $50 a week, but I would not advise any lady to come out here and suffer the toil and fatigue that I have suffered for the sake of a little gold. Neither do I advise anyone to come. Clark Simmons' wife said that if she was safe in the States, she would not care if she had not 1 cent. She came in here last night and said, "Oh dear, I am so homesick that I must die." And then again, my other associate came in with tears in her eyes and said that she had cried all day. She said that if she had a good home, as I had got, she would not stay 25 minutes in California. Now, I will tell you a little more about my cooking. Sometimes I am cooking rabbits and birds that are called quails here, and I cook squirrels. Occasionally, I run in and have a chat with Jane and Mrs. Durfee, and I often have a hearty cry. No one but my Maker knows my feelings. And then I run into my little cellar, which is about 4 feet square, as I have no other place to run that is cool. The wind blows very hard here today. I have 3 lights burning, and the wind blows so hard that it almost put my lights out while I am trying to write. If you could but step in and see the inconvenience that I have for writing you, you would not wonder that I cannot write any better. You would not wonder that I could not write at all. Notwithstanding all the difficulty in writing, I improve every leisure moment. It is quite cool here. My fingers are so cold that I can hardly hold my pen. Well, it is 10 o'clock at night while I am writing. There I hear the hogs in the kitchen turning the pots and kettles upside down, so I must drop my pen and run and drive them out. So, you see, this is the way that I have to write. Jump up every 5 minutes for something, and then again I washed out $1 worth of gold dust the 4th of July in the cradle. So you see that I am doing a little mining in the gold region. But I think it's harder to rock the cradle to wash out gold than it is to rock the cradle for the babies in the States. I am making flags with all the rest of the various kinds of work that I am doing. And then again, I am scoring candlesticks and washing the floor and making soft soap. The people tell me that it is the first soft soap they knew made in California. Sometimes I am making mattresses and sheets. I have no windows in my room. All the light that I have shines through the canvas that covers the house, and my eyes are so dim that I can hardly see to make a mark, so that I think you will excuse me for not writing any better. I have 3 lights burning now, for I am so tired and blind that I can scarcely see, and here I am among the French and Dutch and Scotch and Jew and Italians and Swedes and Chinese and Indians and all manner of tongues and nations, but I am treated with due respect by them all. I must close soon, for I am so tired and almost sick. Oh, my dear Selden, I am so homesick. I worry a great deal about my dear children. It seems as though my heart would break when I realize how far I am from my dear loved ones. This from your affectionate mother, Mary B. Ballou.